Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Catching Dust, Last Straw, Chaos, and Incoming. Four movies that kind of encapsulate chaos in their own way. Smash like and subscribe. Actually, one's a TV show. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Books 1 through 15 of the Pineys. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. First up is Catching Dust, starring Erin Moriarty from The Boys. She still looks weird to me. She plays, I don't know, she's like a waitress and a girlfriend of a guy who's a hitman. And then two people on vacation stay at their trailer for some insane reason. I mean, look at her face. It just looks nothing like Erin Moriarty when she started on The Boys. You're telling me she didn't have surgery? I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. Look at that still. Look at that still. Now for this movie, see, in that shot, she looks fine. But, man, depending on how she turns her head or moves her face or does an expression, something's going on there. But anyhow, something about him being a hitman, I mean, the trailer's very unclear. Very unclear. And then this couple comes to stay with them, and tensions rise, and then I guess he kills one or both of them. But it's not clear if the couple is bad in any way, deserves it, or who this guy works for. I mean, nothing is clear in this trailer. There's guns, there's money, there's a desert, there's tension, but there's so no context to it. I can't even tell you what the plot is. Take a stab at it. Let's see. Again, can't read the damn credits. Written and directed by Stuart Gatt. Stuart, get bigger credits. For God's sake, somebody use a different font. So, I don't know. First act, I guess they're running an Airbnb out in the desert in their trailer. But they don't look like the waitress and the hitman, I guess. Then a couple comes to stay. He's suspicious of them. During the course of the second act, I don't know, the couple become more suspicious of the hitman, and then the hitman, I don't know, is suspicious of them, and eventually he kills one or both of them, buries them in the desert, or, I don't know, they warn the waitress about the hitman and say that she's complicit in his murders. I don't know how they would know that unless they're maybe cops. Very little context here. The end, I don't know. Maybe Erin Moriarty gets her original face back. Moving on. The Last Straw. It's a horror movie. It takes place in a diner. A waitress is forced to work the late shift because she shows up late after her car breaks down, so her boss punishes her. And she's stuck working at the diner alone on the late shift because the diner's supposed to be open. So then a group of crazy teenagers in masks terrorize her. She calls the cops. They, of course, manage to kill the cop, I think, and continue to terrorize her. And then she has to defeat them, and it's a roller coaster ride. It's a low-budget movie trapped in a diner kind of thing. I mean, it looks okay. I don't know. I don't find the whole trapped in a house with crazy serial killers all that appealing. Like, if you started the movie like they were there to rob it, and then they get sort of stuck there, and now they feel they have to kill the waitress so there's no witnesses. Yeah, maybe that could work. But just random killers for no reason. Yeah, I kind of can't get behind that. But it doesn't look like the worst movie I've ever seen. It might be okay. First act, she's stuck at the diner. Screws over her boss. Boss punishes her, work the diner shift alone. Second act, she gets terrorized by the murderers, or the whoever they are. Calls the cops, things escalate, cop dies. She's forced to fight them herself. She eventually defeats them or tricks them in the third act. The end? Maybe. Actually, I should read the write-up on that one. A small-town killing spree lands on the doorstep of a rural diner where a young waitress must fight for her life over the course of one long night. Yeah, that's about right. Was there a write-up on Catching Dust? Let me read the Catching Dust one. Gina finally decides to leave her criminal husband Clyde and their isolated Texas hideout, but a couple from New York suddenly arrives, ignoring the risk. She convinces Clyde to let them stay, a decision with dangerous consequences. Yeah, that doesn't jibe. But anyhow, moving on to Kaos. This is I think it's a TV show starring Jeff Goldblum as Zeus. And the various Greek gods are in it. It's like Greek gods in the modern day kind of thing. They're in Olympus, but they have modern conveniences, and it's basically Olympus versus the gods. I guess this is Mars because there's an M and he's a general. Or be Ares? Maybe Ares? Are they doing Roman or Greek? It looks like it could be fun for about 2 episodes. Probably should have made it into a movie. I don't see it lasting more than, say, 3 or 4 episodes before it starts to get tiresome. But Jeff Goldblum is engaging enough that I think it could last at least that long. He might be able to pull out the season. I don't know how much of it he's in it, though. That's the suspicious thing. There's a lot of young actors in it. They got to get their screen time. Is like Jeff Goldblum just going to make a cameo every episode to draw me in? I don't know, man. It could be interesting to see the gods done in a modern take. But I think it would get tiresome fast. So, and I'm not sure where it takes place. Does it take place on Olympus or Earth, or is it our Earth, or is it like an Earth where the gods actually existed kind of thing? That could be interesting. I think that could last at least a season, seeing the world that actually had gods. So maybe, I don't know, I would check it out. With gods, it's really tough to portray gods because they're static. They don't have much of a character arc as a god, unless you set it up that way. Unless you set it up like one of the gods arrives in the modern day and he's been trapped in a meteor for the last 10 centuries, and now he has to connect with humanity in order to regain his power or something like that. But yeah, I give it a season at most. And finally, there's Incoming, a coming-of-age movie about some high schoolers who, they're freshmen, and they get invited to a party because one of the brothers of one of the freshmen invites them, and crazy things happen. And then they basically set up the whole movie at this scene here. The kid on the right is in love with a sophomore. The kid here in the middle, he's got a bad nickname he's trying to shake. The kid here is afraid of everything, and the other kid is trying to earn the respect of his brother. He's the one who gets them invited to the party. So, yeah, then people are going to get drunk and there's going to be fights, and people are getting laid, and here's the girl of his dreams. August 23rd. I like these movies. Caitlin Olsen is in it. I love her as the funny mom of one of the kids. So that could be fun. And Bobby Cannavale is in it as one of the teachers who shows up to party with them, which is, funny, but also a little creepy if it was in real life. But, it's a movie, so you can kind of forgive it. So it looks like fun. Here's a hot girl who gets drunk and mistakes the 2 freshman guys for her Uber, and then they drive her to Taco Bell because I don't know. They think they could get with her. It's called Incoming because, like, incoming freshman. I don't know what happened here. Was this post party or did this happen before the party? I'm not sure. And then I think this is his sister who also ends up at the party. But August 23rd, yeah, I would say it. So first act, coming of age. It's a bunch of freshmen. Oh, we're in high school now. We got to do cool things. We want to be cool. And when they outline all the goals of the characters. Second act, they get invited to the party. So they're first they spend time hemming and hawing. Are they even going to go? And they convince each other to go. They go to the party. Crazy stuff happens. And eventually they all do the thing they're supposed to do. And third act, he gets the girl. Everybody sort of has a scene or a funny bit. I think it could be good. It's my kind of movie. They used to make these movies in the 80s all the time. These days, rarely seen. We need more comedies. Okay, now it's time to rate them. Incoming, Chaos, Last Straw, and Catching Dust. Well, on the bottom, I got to put Catching Dust. I mean, it just doesn't look good. Erin Moriarty looks weird. And the trailer itself, it's just a bad trailer. It doesn't really portray it, and it seems like a random sort of like, why does a New York couple come at all? Maybe that's a surprise in the movie, some kind of revelation, but I don't know. Seems sort of weak. Seems like you needed a better trailer for this. After that, Last Straw, I would put as third. It seems like your standard sort of slasher or horror movie. Trapped in a diner. It doesn't look that bad, though. I would probably check it out. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it. But I also wouldn't be opposed to shutting it off if it really got tiresome. Number 2, Chaos doesn't look that bad. It might be okay. I might give it a shot. This might be my next show to watch if I get motivated. Or at least maybe I'll check out the first episode and review it. Because Jeff Goldblum. Oh man, Jeff Goldblum was in a great show called 10 Speed and Brown Shoe. And he was so good in that. Oh man, I wish they'd. I don't think his co-host was, or co-star was Ben Vereen. I think he's gone now, but man, that was a fun show. And finally, number 1, I would definitely watch Incoming. I like these kinds of movies. It's a comedy. Seems fun. Seems like wacky stuff's going to happen. They make these movies all the time in the 80s, and again, rarely see them now. So I may very well watch this and review it as well. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Thanks for tuning in today. What's up next? I don't have anything until August. Got to spend some time promoting book 15 of the Pineys. So the next thing is August 1st. I will be at the Shivo Library in Strathmere, New Jersey at 6 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Shivo. I think it's Shivo. Strathmere, that's at the shore. So plan yourself a night out. What day of the week is that? That's a Thursday, but come on by. I'll tell you all about how to hunt the Jersey Devil, and then hit the boardwalk, man. It's a fun time down the Jersey Shore in August. Can't beat it. Can't beat it with a stick. All right, that's it for me and Little Joan. We'll see you for the live stream